Hello, welcome to the Four Quarters Podcast. Today it is I, Terrence, Tyler, and Dylan. Once again, as always, the same four people. You know the spiel. You've watched probably 6 episodes already. So, without further ado, we're about to get into it. I would like to, though, before we go into anything deep, I would like to open up and ask, how's everybody's day been? And name one key thing that you did, because I hate people say nothing, because there's no way in a 24-hour span that a human being did nothing.
Whether it's to playing video games,
Yes.
scrolling through TikTok,
Doesn't matter. You did
or
something.
climbing Mount Everest.
Exactly. You did something. So we'll start off with Tyler, since he's right next to me. You have it.
Can I pass?
No, you cannot pass.
Damn it. Well, I don't really want to talk about...
We don't talk about anything personal, just
The
like
Bucks.
one thing.
Because that's what I did today, was saved up my time and energy to watch the Bucks game, and
They got fucking reamed in that third quarter.
Chris Paul and the Suns, Devin Booker and the Suns, whoever you want to say it.
I say Devin Booker.
They wiped our ass up and down the floor.
It's Devin Booker. It's always been Devin Booker.
Dude, there was straight up shit stains too, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Giannis played incredible, but it's not just one player.
Okay.
It's a team game.
I just want to ask real quick, who in here has seen Loki episode 5?
I
Nobody yet.
don't think I'm going to even see episode 3, 4, or 5. 3, 4. I haven't even watched the series, really, besides episode 1.
I'm going to just say this. This new episode of Loki literally changed the whole game.
You just said that about the last episode.
No, dude,
That's what everybody said about the last episode.
Straight up. Like, dead ass.
How did it change
you want
the
me to
game?
show you a clip?
No, just
No.
because we're in the podcast.
Podcast.
So
Can't
how did
really
it
say that.
how did it change the game? You could explain it, I guess.
Well, basically, in all these past movies, we've just been seeing these main characters and just these main bland super villains and shit. But like, with this new Loki shit, you know, they bring in the whole multiverse, like how it actually exists. And in this past episode, they went to a different dimension, dude. And in this dimension, there's wild shit from the comics. Like, you got to see the Thanos copter, dude. Fucking Thor is a frog.
Frog.
Yeah. And you get to see, like, this house just floating. No, they run in some fucking insane ass shit, dude. Like, at the very end scene, dude, you get to see just this house just floating at the edge of time. And that's what the next episode is going to be about. And
I would
the
assume
person
that's
who's
just
in
the
the
Time
house
Lords or
is
something.
going to be the keeper of all time.
Yeah, I figured.
Like, this shit is going to be fucking insane, dude. Like, I'm talking it. We have no idea who it's going to be. It might be a fucking Loki variant.
But
fucking, it might
will
be.
any of this show up in the movies?
No,
That's my main
Why do you
concern.
think it won't?
because it's not tied to the movies. They've already said it's not tied to the movies.
They literally said it's tied to the movies. They're
They
working.
literally
They're
said
interworking with the
isn't.
movies. That's the Netflix series.
Well, let's look this up. Is Loki tied to the movies? Let's look it
Yeah,
up.
look it up real quick. Look it
Yeah.
up real quick.
So we get the true facts on this. But in my opinion, I think that would change a lot. But it would have to connect to the bigger story over as a whole.
Loki is
for it to mean
an
anything.
American television series created by Michael Waldron for the streaming service Disney Plus, based on Marvel Comics, featuring the comic character of the same name. Loki premiered on June 9th, 2021.
Okay, we know all that.
Listen, and its first season.
Keep talking.
Its first season will consist of 6 episodes. It is part of Phase 4 of the MCU.
So it's just part of Phase 4.
Yeah,
because they're
and
trying to get into
The
TV.
way I bring this up is because, this has nothing to do with MCU, but in Dragon Ball,
4.
there's a lot of things in Dragon Ball where it's like, oh, this is something that could be so awesome,
Oh,
but because it's not tied to the main story as a whole, it kind of just gets left out, and you never really hear about it again outside of that one episode or one TV series that it was in. But we're sitting here with the MCU and these TV shows thinking that they're going to connect to the movies, but there has been no sign of that, considering that the movies that we are getting are prequels, if anything, to the current timeline of the MCU.
Dude.
I think the only movie that's coming out this year, there's 2 movies coming out this year that actually take place in the current timeline, and that's Shang-Chi and Spider-Man 3.
All I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking say, dude, is
Otherwise,
Marvel is
all the other
changing
stuff
fucking
is,
game,
is,
dude.
But how? What's it changing? Like,
Because they're bringing actual shit from the
They've
comics.
already dominated DC for
Yeah.
however many years. DC has done one thing different over the past 10 years, and that's release Zack Snyder's Justice League cut.
which isn't even that good.
No, it's,
Dude, I know-
it,
Dude.
don't get me wrong. It's okay, but that's like, to me,
But
that would be like Marvel's back tier movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Marvel's already released good product. That they just keep pushing out content. That's okay.
Yeah.
Like Loki,
Loki
it was good at
was
first,
one of the best
but
fucking
now
shows
it's turning into
I've ever watched.
okay because it's
Have you
like,
seen the recent episodes? Have you
No.
seen episode 4? Have you
No,
seen episode
I haven't,
5?
but I've heard a lot.
Then
of
you
shit.
can't say shit.
And Thor as a frog. I mean,
That's something new
It's
that we
kinda
have never
lame.
seen
It's
before.
Throg.
It's literally Throg.
that's just kind of lame. I want to see some fucking like beastie characters. I want to see some.
I would say
new baddies.
We're at the timeline where these characters are god level. Like, we shouldn't be having gags anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
I want some fucking.
I want
like,
some stories.
Real shit.
Yeah, this next fucking episode, dude.
and it kind of irks me that Thor is the character that we're making gags of, because he's part of the main Avengers trio of Stark and Rogers and Thor. Like, he's part of that main trio, and we're just making gags out of him now because he was fat in
It's not a
game.
Well, yeah, that.
It
yeah, I
is
guess
gags.
that point
It's
is that.
so we laugh
But
at him. That's
with
what you call a gag in a movie.
Fucking Throg, dude. He's literally.
And it's like Baby Yoda.
It's
It's
not
a
really
gag.
a gag. It's a different fucking universe that Stanley created. It's literally just a different variation of Thor. It's
Stan
not
Lee.
necessarily a gag.
But it's not one you're supposed to take seriously.
I don't
That's
think
why you
Stan
call
Lee
it a gag.
created this because this is more of like the MCU rather than Stan Lee. Like they're not basing anything.
No, I think that was in the comics.
I don't
It was.
think it was.
It was
I think it
because
was.
fucking Loki turned Thor into a frog. I looked it up. It's in the comics.
Yeah, but he wasn't a frog for very long.
Yeah, because he met this other frog that was the same as him, and basically the other frog wielded his hammer and got like Thor's powers as a frog, and then his name turned into Throg. That's who Throg is. That frog in that jar that you just saw isn't actually Thor as a Throg. That's Throg. That's what his name is. And in the comics, Thor and Throg came together and they defeated like a whole big army of rats in the comics. Like, they're dead ass going back to the fucking comics, and I fucking love it.
That's just rats.
Yeah,
It's part of the comics.
But we just saw.
It doesn't matter if it's
but
rats.
the problem with that is we just saw Thanos.
Yeah.
It matters if it's rats, because it'd be like if Dragon Ball went back to fighting like Raditz all of a sudden. Like,
Yeah.
you can't do that. Like, we've been through.
It's not like they're gonna. It's not like they're gonna
We've
incorporate.
been through so much.
It's not like they're gonna incorporate
just fight
it
rats.
into it. It's just a little Easter egg that they threw in there.
But that's the thing, is nobody's talking about it. Is that's all they can come
Marvel
up with.
is
Their big thing.
Dude, everybody's
Rats.
talking about fucking these Easter eggs in this new fucking episode.
But
Every fucking
they're
TikTok I scroll through, everybody's mentioning
It's
it.
not good enough.
Hey, did you see these
It's
Easter
not
eggs
gonna
here?
sustain
Hey, did you
the
see these
MCU.
Easter eggs there?
How long have they been fans though?
Exactly. It's not going to sustain.
These
the
are like
MCU.
original fucking fans, like from the comics.
That are on TikTok?
Yes,
I don't believe that.
Well, they could
people
be.
use TikTok.
But-
Tyler.
Not
Yeah, no.
40-year-olds.
People can use TikToks. You don't have to be 40 years old to be a Marvel
But
fan who
that's-
reads comics.
Unless you're talking about in the era
About
that they debuted in, then fine,
60%.
yes. But
of Marvel fans, I guarantee
You-
are above 40
no,
Yes.
a lot of kids are Marvel fans.
A lot. It really. There's a
I don't
whole
think so.
fucking.
I remember I
population.
didn't even really know what Marvel was until I was 10, and that's when I became kind
But
of.
are they a fan of the comics? That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Well, they're
saying
kinda like
reading
me.
the comics.
They're kind of like me. Well, here's the deal. You put a Thor frog, literally in the fucking like
That's
cinematic
lame.
universe. People
But
are
I
gonna be like,
feel
what
like-
the fuck is that?
That's not even.
They're gonna
That's
go
not,
look it
that's
up.
not even a
It's
big
not.
point of the plot. Like,
It's
what was
not.
the
It's
plot
going to be
of
a
the
thing
entire
that we
episode?
literally don't give a fuck about in like 10 months from now. Whereas, like, when it's like Civil
That's
War.
your guys' opinion.
But
I think it's fucking cool.
But I guarantee you, it's
I think
going
it's
to happen.
fucking cool.
10
People
months
are
from now,
thinking-
no one's going to care.
Dude, people are going crazy about it right now.
Now, but you have to look at
But once these new big
long
baddies are
term
released,
wise, it's not going to
people
mean
aren't going to
anything.
think about it. It's just that little. It's like a video game. You release these small updates, and it's like, whoa, dude, we have a cool new
But they
update.
don't mean.
But that's the thing
anything.
about society.
They have no
That's
substance.
what really sucks
They
about
don't mean
society is
anything.
nobody looks at the bigger picture anymore. It's all about these small little details, like downloading a video game, and yet it takes a month to release, and you're so excited about that new release.
And
But
you
at the
can't
same
even
time,
play the game.
it turns
Here's the
into
deal.
being absolute crap.
Tyler, if you're an actual Marvel fan, you'd be flipping out about that.
No, because it has no
not at all.
substance.
Dude, when would they ever release a Thor frog on film?
It's for funny. It's for gags. It's not. It's not.
It's an
substance.
Easter egg.
It's
Why
not-
are you guys so against this Thor
Because
I
frog?
don't want a
little
Thor frog.
Easter egg.
I want a
I'm
fucking
not against that.
goddamn
I'm against
Path
these TV
to
shows
Galactus.
that are just
Why are you against these TV shows?
because they're not part
What's
of
up with the stick in your ass?
They're not part of the main overall arcing plot of Phase 4.
Yeah, they haven't showed anything of Phase 4 yet. We're literally sitting here waiting, and yet their fucking first movie they release is goddamn Black Widow.
Hey, take that up with them. All I'm saying is I think the Thor frog is cool.
And they
That's
haven't
all I'm
shown us
fucking saying.
shit in WandaVision. They haven't shown, but her powers, which that's supposed to be shown in Phase 4. But then they give us
I think
Loki.
they were saving the rest of it for
They
Doctor
give us
Strange
Loki,
2, though, to
who's
be
a
honest with
dead
that.
character. Then they give us Black Widow, who's a dead character. They don't matter in
He's
Phase
technically
4
not
because
dead.
they're not going to come back.
They're coming up with theories and shit because in these past episodes of Loki, there's an older Loki that literally shares the 2012 Loki's current timeline. How he
He'd have
stabs
to.
Thanos.
Is he going to come back?
He theoretically should, because
And
in his TV show,
he
does
literally
exist
said that
as
he
his own
created.
guy.
He literally said that he created a projection of himself so real that it even fooled Thanos. So people are thinking that that's the Loki from fucking Infinity War, the old Loki in
Well,
this
why
new
would
show.
he age?
But
like
we already
that?
realized that
He's
this
a
was
god.
the
He wouldn't
Loki
age.
from Infinity War because
Yeah,
he
because
literally cried when he saw himself die.
no, this is the Loki.
That
No,
didn't happen
we're
yet.
thinking. People
Yeah,
are
it didn't
thinking
happen.
that this
Exactly.
old
That
Loki.
That is the Loki from
Do you
Infinity
know
War.
what the
They-
old Loki I'm talking about is?
The original timeline Loki.
I'm talking about original Loki. That's in episode 4. I mean, episode 4 and 5. Do you know who that Loki is? Have you ever seen him on screen?
It's Loki.
Do you know his backstory?
The same as any
It's
other
the same
Loki.
as most
Here's the
Lokis.
deal. You guys gotta watch the actual show before I can even talk to you about it.
No, I would assume it's the same as most Loki, because if he's the original one, it has to be the
He has
same
the
one
same
that we saw from
backstory.
Thor 1.
What people are thinking, though, is that this old Loki that appeared... Shut up, let me talk. Is that this old Loki that appeared in fucking in episode 5 is the Loki from Infinity War, but older.
But the only question is,
But
how
that's
did he
the thing.
survive?
You're listening to people that don't.
How do you
They
know?
don't direct the
How do you
MCU.
know?
They aren't producers.
Yes, Tyler.
Well,
it's a theory.
And that's the thing, is there's a lot of these theories.
There's a lot
It's
of
a
theories.
theory.
But
They
guess
don't
what?
turn out
Nobody's
to be
been
true.
right for the past.
Man,
fucking-
what is up? Do you guys have no imagination? Do you guys not
No,
like conspiracy?
It's
Do you
not
guys
that.
not like
It's
just
not
going
that.
It's
ham
not
on
that.
theories?
It's
and
not
shit?
What we're
that.
talking about
We're
is
trying
Fucking
to
hell.
get people to realize that
the
the MCU has no substance.
It's doing the plain, same, simple bullshit that everybody else tries to do.
It's playing it safe.
Yeah, because they want to make money, which they're going to. It's Marvel. They've released good content over the last 20 years. That's what they're going to do. But what they need to do is they need to flip shit around and turn something on its back end and make people realize, okay, we're the fucking leaders now.
Yes, that's what
Nobody
they're
wa-
going to do.
But that's not what
That's
they're
what
doing.
they're doing right
No,
now.
that's not-
That's
people
what you
people
think.
wanted the comic versions of this shit.
Have
They
you
are
seen it?
getting the comic
Have-
versions. You've seen WandaVision. She's wearing her original outfit. Doctor
Mhm.
Strange wears his original outfit. Loki wears his original outfit. Everybody in this
Okay,
series...
but that's
only
everybody in
that's cosmetics.
everybody,
It's not
yes, it's
substance.
comic
That's not the storyline.
accurate shit.
Do you pay attention to the story at all, or do you just look at
Do you know the story?
I do know the story.
Because I just told you a story about it.
About a fucking frog
Yeah.
that means no Not anything.
Did you know that?
Do you realize that's the only episode the frog's going to be in? You realize that, right?
Probably, yeah, because it was an
You're
Easter
never
egg.
going to see...
It was an Easter egg, Tyler. Do you know what an Easter egg is?
I don't give a shit
I
about the
told you
Easter
it was
eggs.
an
I want
Easter egg.
substance in something I watch.
Okay, and all I told you was I thought the Easter egg was cool and I wanted to share it with you guys.
But that's the thing.
But that's not what you said.
That's
'Cause you were
literally
like,
all.
oh, you're not a Marvel fan if you don't like this. And it's like, dude, do you really...
Like
honestly
low-key,
wanna get into
if
that?
you don't think it's a little cool,
Because
what's wrong with you?
If you're a Marvel
It's
fan, you would
alright.
realize what Marvel's trying to do. And what Marvel's trying to do is maintain that fucking...
Did you know
thing
that
they've got
Iron
going,
Lad-
where they make a couple $1 million here, a couple $1 million there.
They're squeezing fans dry because they don't want to come up with anything new after Endgame because
Exactly.
Dude,
They're
they're
running out of
coming
ideas.
up with new shit, dude. They're
Okay,
hoping
but-
the whole multiverse.
but here's the thing.
What are you guys on?
What is Loki really going to be?
What
like
in the
it-
multiverse have you seen
It's
that's
opening
anything
up
new?
the introduction to Doctor Strange.
No.
There's a madness.
That's
literally
not what
what
it's
it's
doing.
doing.
You're not going to see any of this
That's
reference
what
in
it's
Doctor
doing.
Strange. And in fact, I guarantee you're not going to see... The only thing you're going to see reference in Doctor Strange is probably WandaVision, because here's why I tell you this. Loki's not in Doctor Strange 2. So first of all, I doubt we'll hear anything
Loki's
about
not
it.
going to be back, ever.
And he probably will be. If he's a popular enough...
Dude,
Yeah.
he's insanely popular right now.
It doesn't matter how popular he is. They don't bring back characters. That means they would bring back
Dude,
Iron
Loki's faked his
Man
death
in the
5
next
times.
fucking movie.
In
Loki's
theory,
faked his
they
death
should
5
bring back
times.
Iron Man if it's based
But
off
if they're not gonna
popularity.
do
There probably is another Iron Man out there
Because
that
they
they
need
could
to
bring
think
back.
of something new. They are buying time so they can think of something new to release, because at the end of the day, they're not pushing out shit that's worth any fucking thing.
You guys are
but a
crazy.
view.
You guys
What do
are
you
crazy.
mean?
It's very
What do
true,
you, I'm
Spencer.
on Tyler. I'm on Dylan's side here.
What do you mean?
Because you don't have substance.
They've done- they've- they've been
That's
in
the
why.
content they're pushing out is fucking spectacular, dude.
No, it's not.
They're literally innovating right now.
Dude,
What
with
are
these
they
past
innovating?
movies, I haven't even been pumped to fucking watch it, but I'm fucking pumped to watch Loki.
You're pumped. Loki's not a movie,
It's a TV series from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
and it means nothing.
It's from the same show. How does
And
it
it
mean
means
nothing?
nothing.
How does it mean nothing?
It doesn't.
It's
mean
not going to be
anything.
referenced in the movie.
It's just a filler series
It's just
to
a
get
filler
you
series.
fucking pumped for the next fucking
It's
movie.
literally all these shows are
That's
literally
all it is.
Dragon
What's so
Ball
wrong with
GT. Because they're Dragon Ball
Everything is
GT.
wrong about You're not pushing out anything
You guys
new.
are
It's all
fucking-
recycled.
It's called content. We've never seen anything like this
Okay,
before.
but that doesn't mean it's good.
Recycled.
Who gives a fuck if we haven't seen it before? I
It's a
I don't-
recycled
This
character.
is new
You can
shit.
give me stuff that I haven't seen before, but if it's
It
not
might be a
good
recycled
and it doesn't
character.
have substance,
It might be a
doesn't-
recycled
that you're
character.
never going
Something I
to
should
see
appreciate.
again
Hey,
after this show.
it might be a recycled character, but it's new atmospheres, new characters that we've never seen before. We've never seen Sylvie. We've never seen Mobius. Any of those people.
And we're never going to see him again.
We
after
probably-
this.
Why
We
can't we
probably
see him
will
on
see him
the,
again.
Why can't we have a movie about it?
Then why introduce the characters?
Because it's
That's
it's
it.
part of
Because
building a
they're
universe.
side characters.
It's an open
it's
plot
not.
line. It's an open
It's
plot
it's
line.
Agent of Shield.
Because how is
It's
this
basically
going
Agent
You
to...
guys
Not at
are
all.
so close.
Yes, it is.
You guys are
Because-
so close-minded.
No, I literally gave you the best
Fucking
example
hell.
because the MCU has already done a TV show called The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where they had so much little references.
Terrence, how
and
many?
they,
how
just
many,
listen,
how many
listen, because they
episodes-
built up.
How many
they-
episodes
they-
of Loki have you seen?
Literally at least 2. But here's the deal.
There's 5
This
right
is
now.
what this TV show is going to do. It's going to build up the universe, like you just said, but you're never going to see this reference in movies or anything because it's just filler. It's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
They came
in
up
a more
with a
spectacular
TV series
format.
to make you wait longer on movies. That's
Tyler.
all they fucking did.
Tyler, you realize the Nexus event in Loki, not the Nexus event, but when Sylvie dropped all of those time things, that was the Multiverse of Madness opening. That was what leads into Doctor
Yes.
Strange 2. That's what
They-
leads into Spider-Man No Way
They
Home.
made these TV series.
How do you know that?
They
Disney
literally have
How do you even know? Wait.
They
How do
literally
you,
have
just
diagrams
wait,
that perfectly match when Hulk went to go see the Ancient One.
How do you know?
It's the
How
same
do you know
shit.
that leads into Spider-Man 3? That's why I
It's
want to know.
the same
No, you
shit.
don't even know what Spider-Man 3 is about, so how do you know that?
Because I do know what Spider-Man 3
What's it about?
Everybody
What is it
here
about?
knows what
How do
Spider-Man
you
3 is
know
gonna
what
be
it's
about.
about?
Everybody
Everybody-
here does not know.
Yeah, what are you
it's gonna be
talking about?
Why are you yelling?
It has
Because
a-
you're lying. What are you talking about?
about. Yeah.
Explain. No, shut up.
Do you go on Wikipedia?
He knows what it's about. So say what it's about right here. You
Okay.
know. You
Am I
know
gonna-
more
am I
than
gonna
everybody
get,
else.
Am I going to get interrupted?
Then say it right now, because
Don't
you know
interrupt
more
me.
than. Shut up. Go on. right now.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Yes, because you know. I want to know how you know this. Because
So
nobody else does.
essentially what's going to happen is that the Spider-Man and Spider-Man No Way Home are going to be variants. They're going to be pulled in from other dimensions by Doctor Strange.
That's the theory.
That's the theory.
So you don't know.
It's a theory.
So you don't know.
You guys are listening to some bum fucking
On
fans who know
YouTube.
nothing.
watch
What's,
me be right.
what's so bad about
You're
having
not
theory?
going to.
Yeah,
about a
what's
show?
what's the wrong with the
Because-
theory?
Because you guys are saying it's true. It's not a fucking true thing.
No,
It's a theory.
I literally said it's a theory. I've been
This
saying
is something
all these
that's-
theories.
It's not even on the internet. It's on fucking Reddit. Like, come on. Do you guys have any sources? Do you guys have any backup? Because I have sources that says
Tyler,
Marvel is going
that is
down
what a
the wrong
theory
direction with
is.
this TV show because they're leaning into Disney. And you want to know what Disney is? It's a fucking monopoly that's
It's
trying
all
to
about
run
the hype.
the fucking shit. And all they're
No.
gonna do is take these sad, simple little
And
minds,
that's the thing. If it
and
is,
they're gonna make them wait and wait and wait for these movies.
and if it
Dude,
is,
you guys' standards are
No.
so high for these.
yes.
fucking shit.
Why should it? Are you
Like you guys
no.
are expecting
Are you-
like
did
the
you just say
biggest
that?
fucking shit.
This is why video games.
That
have become
should be
shit.
how it is. We're a fucking goddamn country that has
Yes,
put out amazing
and fucking
shit.
Loki
Why
blew me
shouldn't
out
we
of the
hold
water.
ourselves to that standard?
Tyler, Loki
Every
blew me out of the
single-
water.
Did you
time.
really just say that
Yes,
we
I
have
did.
too high standards?
Yes, I did.
For something
you guys
that makes
can't- you guys-
billions of dollars.
You guys can't enjoy a show without
No.
criticizing about how it's not going to be in the future.
because it has no substance.
That's the
why I
problem here.
criticize it.
You guys can't.
If it had
never
substance,
said. Hold on.
I
I
would
never
love it.
said that I could not enjoy it. But the fact that Marvel keeps making us wait and keeps pushing
what you're
shit off,
saying
and then they
is-
give us this
Seems like
bogus
you
ass,
don't want to enjoy
this
it.
bogus ass
why
movie,
should
Black
we?
Widow.
It's not that
When we've
great.
been waiting fucking 3 years for a movie, and they give us Black Widow.
Well, here's the deal. If you say
It's
that's
been
not
2
great,
years.
then Skyrim's not great.
Okay,
How about
2
that?
years.
It
Whatever.
isn't.
It's not about
I've
the
said that
time.
for years.
It's all about personal preference.
No, it's not. It's called. And
You
you
can't-
just said
you
something
can't
interesting.
enforce.
You
so
said
guys
that it's
think-
about the hype.
You guys
If it's
can't
about the
enforce.
hype, that means it has no substance.
Exactly.
That's what Tyler was talking.
No, you said that. You
No.
said
Tyler
it's
was
about.
talking all about
you
these big
literally-
bads and shit.
you-
That's what the hype is about.
Okay,
What
No,
I'm
that's
saying,
not what the hype is about.
That's
The
what
hype
I'm
is
saying.
about this
About.
little shit
Fucking
that
hell.
gets you
You
excited.
guys are absolutely insane. Yes, because it is a TV show. It's a new TV show.
that's why video
It's
games have
exciting.
shit.
Dylan, when
It's
did you
exciting.
get to be Mr. Oxford University fucking
That's why
scholar?
video games have went to shit. Is because people said, "Why do you guys have such?"
It's a
high
new
standards
show
for
that's
these
really
video
good,
games?"
and it excites me.
It's okay.
It's
For
good.
you, for me,
everybody.
No.
because in my opinion,
Yes.
no,
No,
Tyler.
that's not how
You're
it
saying
works.
it's good for
That's
everybody,
not how
but
it
you're not me.
works.
You're not
This
Dylan.
is
That's
a
not how it
fucking
works.
4-person room. Let's ask 7 billion people on this continent. Guarantee you, less than fucking 25% give a shit about Loki.
Mhm.
Then
In the
why is
long
there a
term.
billion viewers?
It's in the long term.
That's less than 25%.
No, it's in the long
Okay.
term, and that is less than 25%. It's not even 13%. But
That's still a lot of
but
Tyler, just because you
You
don't
guys
like
gotta look at the
Tyler,
bigger
Tyler,
picture.
just
We
because you
are looking at
No,
the
It's
Tyler,
not because I don't like it. I
No.
do like it. I'm just saying it's not something that Marvel should fucking be doing
that's what
because they
DC
should
be doing.
be giving us extreme fucking content every single
Okay,
time.
so what's extreme
they should
content
be
to you?
pushing boundaries.
Okay, like what would that
That's
be to
literally
you?
what they're doing in Loki.
No, they're not.
You haven't seen the episodes. How would you know?
I have seen the episode.
No, you
I've seen
haven't.
3 episodes.
Yeah, episode
So
4.
you're telling me 4 and 5 are so fucking
Yes.
masterful?
Yes. Yes.
Don't buy it.
Yes, I promise you.
Don't buy
It
it.
will
Episode
change your
1,
entire
2, and
perception
3
of the
are
MCU.
slow as fuck.
I would not.
Episode 4 and
I will bet
5
you
will
$10.
blow you out of the water.
Spencer, I'll bet you $3 million. How about that?
No, I don't have my $3 million.
And you never will. No, I'm just kidding.
Eventually, one day I will. But I'm saying,
you
yes, episode 4 and 5 drastically changed.
Not with no substance.
Just because there's new things happening doesn't mean a show has any substance.
And that doesn't mean it's
Here's the
good.
deal.
Tyler,
It doesn't mean it's good.
Why
it's
do
the
you
same
get- no,
thing
no,
I
no, I
said
need to
about
ask you
Dragon Ball
something.
GT.
I need to ask you
You can
something.
have new things happening.
I need
but
to
if
ask
it's
you
not
something.
good, who gives a shit?
I need to ask you something, right? You guys are harping on us for liking Loki. You guys watch the same fucking sports year after year after year, year after year after year. They're just throwing a ball around. What's so new and inventive about that? What are they throwing in your face that makes it so fun to
New
watch?
players,
The game changes.
new players,
Same
new
with
rules.
all these TV
Yeah.
shows.
You should try to watch sports. Maybe then you'd get laid.
You want to know what? I don't want to get laid.
That was
Okay, then,
That was hard.
then you're probably
That
Hey,
was
Tyler.
not a
That was
heterosexual.
Wait,
that was
wait,
personal.
no.
That was
If you don't
personal.
want to get laid,
Tyler, let's not get
No,
personal. We're
no,
back
we're
on.
getting fucking personal. You guys are literally calling us stupid.
I never called you.
And I can't say
never called you
shit.
No,
stupid.
back
We need to take a fucking step back.
No, back up. He said.
What the fuck was that?
No, back up like 2 seconds.
That was.
I heard I don't want to get laid.
That's what he said.
The two things I heard there.
All I said was maybe if
Okay,
you
next
watch
topic.
sports,
Next topic.
you
Next
get
topic.
laid. Maybe
Next
that
topic.
give him a little bit of confidence.
Next topic. I'm pretty sure they've had enough of this.
I don't want to get laid.
Fucking goddamn it. Did you actually say that?
We're keeping this in.
That happens.
Did you actually just say that? Spencer?
We're keeping this in.
As a 23-year-old man,
I don't want.
as a 23-year-old man, you don't want to.
I do want to get laid. It was just
Why?
that got the stock response. It was just an on the spot response.
Oh god.
Oh God, I'm sorry. That was too. Out of everything that was just said these past 20 minutes, that has got to be the most funny.
We'll have
thing
this
I've
debate
heard.
later. We're already 30 minutes into the podcast.
Oh,
we need
God.
to start a new topic. I'm
I'm-
gonna grab a beer.
I'm
Pause,
crying.
pause it real quick. I need to grab a beer.
That's the thing. That's
What do you go to after Spider-Man?
I don't think Spider-Man goes anywhere. Then that's
He
the
is-
funny thing.
But that's the thing. Sony owns all the rights. They're not going to give him up. Sony wants money. That's one thing about
I think
Sony
they will pay
that
that
I
money.
fucking hate is the fact that they are so money hungry that they got to make everything
I think they will-
exclusive. and
I think they will pay
exclusive.
that money to keep Spider-Man in the MCU
I don't think they will.
Dude,
because he's one of their heavy hitters right now.
Spider-Man is literally the face of Marvel.
Spider-Man. I would say Spider-Man
No, he's
is no. Actually, yes, he is.
He is.
Literally,
No, he's not.
Tyler. I will look this up for you right now. Spider-Man.
Maybe the face of the
this
MCU,
was
but he's not the face of Marvel.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman are the three most popular superheroes of all time. Spider-Man's number one.
Iron Man's
Superman
up there.
number two.
Iron Man's up there.
Not nearly close to those three, though. Not nearly even close to those three. It's always been Spider-Man, Batman, and
I'll
Superman.
give you an MCU character that's more popular.
MCU,
Not
or Marvel.
Marvel character.
But
Wolverine.
no, he's not.
Yes, he
He's
is.
not even close,
Yes, he
bro.
is.
Spencer,
Wolverine
you're
made his
Spencer.
whole
Spencer,
thing.
would you say that even if someone doesn't watch superheroes, the number there's three superheroes on the planet that everybody knows about: Batman, Spider-Man, Superman.
I would say Batman and Spider-Man. Superman, yeah.
Yeah, that's the three most.
It's actually ew.
It's Captain America.
Marvel.
Yep.
Really? He's dead.
No, Marvel.
So they cut
Captain
themselves.
Marvel.
Oh, Captain? No, it's not.
Yeah, Kevin Feige.
Captain Marvel's not the most popular MCU character.
No, apparently Kevin Feige wants Captain Marvel to be the face of Marvel.
Oh, I thought. Oh no, I meant like who's the most popular.
Most
Because they're
popular.
trying to make it about women, and
Yeah. No. Well, of course he. Yeah. Yeah.
it's a good thing, but at the same time, it's like, but you're taking away from the real male characters.
No, I think Captain
Make a
Marvel.
difference.
I think Captain Marvel could easily be the face of the MCU. She'd have every right to be.
No.
She's the most
Brie
powerful.
Fucking Larson, though.
Apparently Ant-Man is the most popular, which is bullshit.
That's not. Yeah. I
Yeah,
can't
it's
even.
like-
I've never even heard of Ant-Man in
Oh
television.
wait, no. I lied. It's Iron Man is first, Spider-Man is second one, according to this list. It says Iron Man is the first one.
Not
Spider-Man,
MCU. Look up superheroes.
most popular superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a really vague, though.
Yeah, that is kind of vague.
But that's
All right, we can
Because
do
a lot of people like DC.
that's why they won't.
You know
That's
what?
what I'm
You
saying.
gotta look up
But-
top Marvel.
But that's what I'm saying
superheroes.
is
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has been named the world's most popular superhero.
yes, he's that big. He's that big. Spider-Man is up there with like
I
Goku
could
levels
believe
of
it,
recognition.
But he's not Goku.
He basically kind of
Goku ain't
is.
even Goku ain't even in the
Did
Marvel
you see
fucking scene. Dog.
Into the Spider-Verse, Peter Parker got killed within the first
No,
10 minutes.
I'm saying that in a comparison sense.
It's
that
because he's the
Spider-Man
most
is,
relatable
like,
fucking superhero.
Yeah.
He's the most relatable one.
He is. But at the same time, it's not about being relatable. It's about who's going to be there for you.
But that's why they're gonna keep Spider-Man.
They're not. They're not. They can't
I
keep
think
them.
they will.
Sony has its rights, and Sony's not going to give them
I
up for
think they
anything.
will
They've
pay
been
him.
in a battle.
I don't think Spider-Man's gonna die in this new movie. I think another
not gonna
character.
die.
I don't think he's gonna die.
No, he's going to go away.
Yeah.
That's why there's no way.
It's
Well,
gonna be the same.
how does he go
It's
away?
gonna be the same kind of gimmick as these
No,
past.
they're officially working on Spider-Man 4.
I was gonna say, how does he go away?
They announced that they're
How
officially
does
working on Spider-Man.
how does a character that
I don't even
big
want to hear about
just
Spider-Man.
go
When
away?
was that announcement?
Let me look it up.
Like, how does a character that big just go away? Especially when they want to do Venom crossovers with the MCU right now.
But they're not trying to even do that. They're trying to keep it for themselves. They want to make money on it. Sony wants to release it.
Why doesn't Sony just partner with Marvel then? Disney. Why don't they just partner
They
and then
make
they'll just
more money.
fucking make a contract, split the money?
Because they're not about that. They want the exclusives. And once you partner with somebody, those exclusives run out because they're going to partner with other people.
Is that why there's no? Is that why there's no Marvel games on Xbox?
No, there is a Marvel game on Xbox.
Is it?
Oh, Tyler, it says right here.
I think the Avengers is on Xbox.
In August
Oh, yeah, it is,
2019,
yeah.
in August 2019, when the film or when the third film was being planned, a fourth film in the franchise was in development and is still in development alongside no
And that's the last film he's going to be in.
the fourth one.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, he's also going to be in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he's not gonna go anytime soon.
They said there was only 2 movies.
Yeah, but they extended.
In
his
fact, that
they
would make
extended his
sense
contract.
because Spider-Man did take on Doctor
Yeah.
Doom when he was a teenager.
Well,
Tom Holland's Spider-Man is teenage Spider-Man.
Tom,
So that would make
Yeah.
the most sense.
Tom Holland
he should,
said-
he should be in the Fantastic Four.
or not Tom Holland, Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige said that they
I'm
had
gonna
a
be honest with you,
camaraderie type
one
relationship,
thing that
and
I
they
really
extended,
think-
they were going to work together for the foreseeable future, which basically is company talk
And
for we extended the
Wasn't
contracts.
it Doctor Doom like because Flash Thompson
If
tries to
anything's-
dress like Spider-Man,
If anything's
and
not
I
signed,
remember
don't
Doctor
believe it.
Doom is like gets involved somehow through the Fantastic
Good
Four,
job.
and then and Spider-Man obviously the real Spider-Man has to show up, save Flash, and that's how he gets involved with
Alright,
the
boys.
Fantastic Four.
I got a question for y'all. Who do y'all think is the worst Marvel supervillain?
Super villain?
Malekith the elf.
Tell me Zemo.
Like super villain in terms
Zemo
of
was good.
Zemo's smart as fuck.
He's smart, but he doesn't have any power.
Yeah, that's
You can't win with your
Ultron.
brain. MODOK showed
Ultron.
us that.
Ultron.
Oh, Ultron was good.
No, he wasn't. Ultron was terrible as a villain, in my opinion.
dude. Fucking these present superheroes would destroy him in a second.
Captain Marvel would just be like, "Can you?"
Yeah, literally.
It's not even about his strength. It's just like
but
I
it's who
don't.
goes up against him. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why these movies are so important because it's all about who faces them. We're not going to get an Avengers every single fucking time.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you guys think Shang-Chi is going to become a big player?
He has to be because they're making him so hyped up.
But
I mean, those rings aren't really. They're not really that great of a weapon.
I was watching
Yeah,
somebody.
he has martial arts, but like,
No, Ted, I was watching somebody who's like.
what are you gonna do to Thanos baddies?
Just listen. I was watching this video from a guy who's like an MCU super nerd. Like he knows everything. He's read all the comics. You know what I mean? He's like a super.
I would
nerd.
say Adam Warlock
he's
is
a
going
su-
to be more of a bigger
No,
player
listen
than
to this.
Shang-Chi.
He's a super nerd.
or
And you know the
Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi
man.
trailer, how like the water goes everywhere out of the walls, and it's like, you know what I'm talking about? That shot in the trailer. He goes,
Yeah.
"Is this fucking water bending? This isn't in the comics." That's literally what he said. He's like, "Is this fucking water
Well,
bending?"
Who cares what he said?
I thought it was because it was funny. He's like, he knows the comics. He's read all the Shang-Chi comics, and he said that was never. They don't water bend. Like he said, like the 10 rings are giving them different properties in the MCU than they have in the comics
Yeah,
for some reason.
because it's the MCU. It's totally not meant to be the comics.
Which is
That's why
fine.
these TV shows
No.
don't mean shit.
Adam Warlock will be a way bigger player.
I'm not talking about Loki. I like Loki. You guys.
I'm just saying these TV shows aren't going to mean shit.
I actually think Adam Warlock is going to be a bigger player than most of these characters. Just
He
because
should.
he was hinted at in the second Guardians film, so he should theoretically show up at some point. And if he doesn't, I'm going to hold that against Marvel and probably boycott. Like, I'll be like, you just teased one of the biggest characters. Because he should have been there before Thanos. There's no reason that Adam Warlock should not have been, other than that James Gunn got in that fucking shit, and that we couldn't have because Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I guarantee, was supposed to be probably Phase 3.
Watch them.
I
Just show,
doubt it was supposed
watch
to
them.
be Phase 4.
Watch them just show Kang the Conqueror and fucking Loki.
I think it's gonna be Galactus. I don't think it's gonna
Oh,
be
hell
King
no.
It's
Conqueror.
gotta be. If it's a 20-year project, it's gotta be Galactus.
Yeah. Because they
No,
could
'cause-
easily show Kane the Conqueror in the next
I'm
5
only
talking
two-
like next. I'm talking next week's reveal in Loki.
There's
like,
only
who the
two-
guy in the house is.
There's only 2 members of fucking the Marvel universe that are stronger than fucking Thanos, and that's Galactus and Apocalypse. And Galactus.
Well, at least
shows,
Thanos
like,
was 6 Infinity
close-
Stones anyway. Because there's plenty of
Galactus
people stronger
shows
than that. But
the close of the end of the world, and then Marvel or Apocalypse shows the end of the world. Like they cannot beat Apocalypse.
well, that was the X-Men's villain.
That was also the whole Marvel universe's villain, because the X-Men were part of the Marvel universe at that time.
Well, I meant like he's
They brought
mainly
They brought
mainly
in
synonymous
everybody
with
for Apocalypse,
aspects. Yeah, but he's mainly synonymous with the X-Men.
but that was
Kind of like how the Green Goblin in the
That was
comics
the comics.
technically was an Avengers level threat because, like in the comics, Norman Osborn became such a big threat that he was taking on all the Avengers, not just Spider-Man.
I've heard
But he
theories that
probably won't be
I
that
heard
big of a
theories
villain.
that Norman Osborn was going to be one of
The
the
phase
next
filler
big
villains.
baddies. Yeah.
I've heard that too, but I don't think so. But it could happen if the Sinister Six happens. I think it would happen.
But
Then.
William Dafoe is not going to last that long.
I know he's gonna die soon,
Talking about the guy that played original Green Goblin.
dude. That guy was awesome for that role.
He was.
He played that role
his
perfectly.
his face fit perfectly
Fit
too.
the mask.
Yeah,
And not only that, but like his personality, like Willem Dafoe is such a great actor.
that
He can just
creepy ass
change.
smile, dude.
But like in the beginning of the movie, though, he's like so comforting and cool. But then when he takes the Goblin Serum, he's all like just dumb and crazy and just One thing I find funny
fucking
in this world is that we sit here, and we say that like, oh, this person's name sounds weird. But we don't really think about like how weird the name Terrence Trewick sounds to some sort of Chinese person.
And the Chinese person don't know how.
Like, yeah, think about it. Like,
I'm not even gonna go there.
like you gotta think about it. Like we say it's fun. It is
Podcast
kind of funny that we
enough
sit here
time
like
to
that. Still have another 8.
He's right. We have exactly 8 minutes left.
8 minutes left? What are we at right now?
38 minutes.
38.
But this is where Tyler, dude. We didn't get to talk about this, but so you talked about how you believe the world's ending soon. I give it 6 years. After what I saw
Oh,
today,
yeah.
after what I saw the last week with like the ocean and just everything, I give it 6 years.
The West Coast is hot. Right
You still on that $75 bet that there's not gonna be a fucking hurricane in fucking California?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't think there's gonna be a hurricane.
I don't think there is.
I think there is.
I think in 6 years, though, in 2027, I think in
I got plenty of
2027,
time.
I think the world's in trouble.
I got plenty of time.
Oh, yeah, you have plenty of time. But time is a commodity. In the metaphorical sense, anyway.
No.
That's the main problem of it all is we don't have people that are willing to discuss half this stuff because we've had people that are willing to discuss Marvel and all that, but nobody wants to discuss like the actual like coming crisis that we're facing. Like and it's bad, and I kind of hope people keep waking themselves up to it day by day. But it's all about being stoic about it and realizing that yes, as a species, we're about to come to some great, terrible shit in the next years. I book it. It's gonna happen. Like
Fucking look at 2020, dude.
exactly. And if anything, 2020 should have showed most people that being prepared. Because I want to mention this on the podcast, but people should start being prepared. And I'm not saying prep for fucking
Talking like build some bunkers for
yeah,
some
like
zombie
a
apocalypse.
meteor's hitting the earth because you can't prepare for that. Like that's just if that happens,
We're
and you just have to figure out what to do if you're one of the unlucky few who lived through that. But
It should have hit the Earth a long time ago, honestly.
but it did. Dinosaurs.
Well, don't. Oh my god.
Right now,
Yeah.
I mean, like right now.
all we gotta prepare for is our
But-
next day.
But no, you
We
need
have to prepare for our Nexus event.
You need to prepare beyond your next day. It's
Shut
just-
the
in this,
fuck up.
in this timeline, in this age where things are so unpredictable, and we don't even have leaders to look to, like capable leaders to look to and say, hey, we need help. Like, we need to be there preparing ourselves at this point. And I think that is something that the most of the world needs to do, because I don't know. I just think this winter is not going to be a fun one. I think I really do believe stuff like COVID is coming back, and I think it's all going to be taken in day by day.
Day in, day out.
But
because people are like,
but if you prepare
you have to
now,
take the vaccine, we're gonna be safe. No, people aren't gonna take. Not everybody's gonna take the
not
vaccine.
everyone, exactly.
I
Not
took
everyone's going to do it,
And people who don't take the vaccine is still gonna fucking be there for people who don't do the vaccine.
And they're
still
saying
gonna
you can
interlock
still
between
get
those
COVID
people,
with the
It's
vaccine.
still gonna fucking be floating in the air and shit. You know,
They're
Not
literally
everybody's gonna
saying
get the
you
vaccine.
can get COVID with the vaccine. It's still possible. It's just so unlikely, but it's still a possible thing. So it's not something to rule out. But it's like you said. I agree with it on that sense that there's no way that everybody takes the vaccine by the end of this year, because sadly in America we have this culture where vaccines are seen as the boogeyman and the devil and all the bad stuff wrapped into one.
All these fucking side effects and shit. People just don't want to fucking deal with it. You know?
And I kind of blame the church for that, but that's not really all their fault. But they were like the first people that started being like, oh, I don't trust the vaccine. The Lord will protect my kid. And then that kind of opened up the floodgates for anyone who didn't want to take the vaccine, whether they're religious or not, to be like, well, my religion says no. Like, you know, I mean, past that excuse, even if you're not religious, just like say how it works.
Yeah.
But I really do believe preparedness is going to help a lot of people in the next 5 years. I think if you can save your money, I think if you can
build a little bunker,
not even build a bunker, just save your money,
little fallout shelter,
get your whoever you want like in your life in order and all that kind of stuff, and go into these next 6 years happily. I think you'll be okay. But I do believe, in 7 years, by 2027 bookish, it's just going to be in trouble.
Oh yeah.
And they already told us that kind of with the old doomsday clock thing with that in New York and all that kind of stuff.
Throwback to fucking the Mayans.
Did anyone
2012 calendar.
Did anyone have that though? Did anyone see that that last year?
What?
You know that doomsday clock they put in New York or whatever? It was the climate change clock that they have going down right now.
Oh no, I never saw that. No.
You haven't?
No.
You should look it
I know
up.
what you're
It's
talking
on your phone.
about.
Yeah.
It's a clock and it's unto-minute. It's called the Doomsday Clock.
Yeah.
And we're like a minute to midnight right now.
It's 7 years. They said 7 years, and the world's going to have some very irreversible
if we don't
climate
change
effects.
if we don't change what's going on in 7 years, it will be irreversible.
Really?
Yep.
And this is all just the beginning. And it's funny because people don't think it's going to happen, but I'm like,
7 years is a short span of time too.
It is. And I know people don't think that people are like, oh, it's just people being worried, but I'm like, dude, I've seen enough just in these last 2 years to know that something is definitely going wrong with the climate on this planet. To know that just what happened with Texas last year, what's happening to us right now with this, just the lakes are losing water. Like the lakes are literally losing water each year in, year out. And it's like, that shouldn't be happening.
Mm-hmm.
That water should be getting refilled. But the fact that it's not means that we're not having enough rain. We're not having enough wetness on the planet to do all that. And so here we are sitting each year after year. Like by 2024, when we have a next presidential election, for all we know, we could be sitting in a dry, hot climate in Wisconsin.
Yeah, right.
And that'd be terrible.
Fucking turns Wisconsin into Texas.
Palm trees out of nowhere.
But we already are.
Have you seen the summer?
And that's the funny thing. It's like I'm really hoping that people listen to this podcast and actually take that preparedness, because if you don't, I really do believe some bad shit's gonna happen to you and your family. And we at the Four Partners podcast want everybody to make it through.
Can I close this out?
Go ahead.
Anybody got anything else to say?
Nope.
I bet. 12 viewers, thank you out there for listening to our podcast. We really appreciate it, and y'all have a fantastic motherfucking day. Later.